Long ago, in a quiet village, there lived a wise teacher who ran a small gurukul. Many students came from different places to learn wisdom, discipline, and knowledge from him. Among these students was one disciple who was very obedient but not very intelligent. He always tried to follow his teacher's instructions, but he rarely understood their real meaning. One day, the teacher had to travel to another village for a few days. Before leaving, he called his disciples and gave them different responsibilities. To the foolish disciple, he said, "Take care of the ashram and keep watch over the garden. Do not allow anyone or anything to damage the plants." The disciple nodded seriously and said, "Guruji, do not worry. I will protect the garden with my life." The teacher left, trusting his students. The next day, while the disciple was guarding the garden, he noticed a small goat entering the garden and nibbling the leaves of the plants. The disciple shouted and chased the goat away. But after some time, the goat returned again. The disciple chased it again. This kept happening the entire day. By evening, the disciple became very tired and frustrated. He thought, "If the goat keeps coming back again and again, the plants will be destroyed. I must find a permanent solution." He sat down and started thinking very hard. Finally, he said to himself proudly, "I have found the best solution. If the plants themselves are removed, the goat will have nothing to eat." The disciple quickly brought a tool and began pulling out all the plants from the garden. One by one, he uprooted every single plant. Soon, the garden was completely empty. The disciple wiped the sweat from his forehead and smiled with satisfaction. "Now the goat will never come back," he said happily. A few days later, the teacher returned to the ashram. As he walked toward the garden, he was shocked. The beautiful garden he had lovingly grown for years was now completely destroyed. There were no plants left at all. The teacher called the disciple and asked angrily, "What happened to the garden?" The disciple proudly replied, "Guruji, a goat kept eating the plants. I chased it many times, but it kept returning. So I solved the problem forever by removing all the plants. Now the goat will never come back." The teacher held his head in disbelief. He sighed deeply and said, "My child, instead of removing the problem, you destroyed the entire garden. Obedience without understanding can cause great harm." The disciple finally realized his foolish mistake and felt deeply ashamed.